The Battle of Legnano, fought in 1176 AD. This is a great battle between the HRE and the Lombard League, as Frederick Barbarossa, the Holy Roman Emperor, is battling for control of Italy. What's up, guys, and welcome back. We have some more 1212 AD, and this is a glorious historical battle for you today. As I said, it is the Battle of Legnano, and this is a scenario that was sorted on the Discord. Some members of my Discord decided they wanted to do some historical battles with 1212, and they created this masterpiece. We have a 19,000 man battle here for you today. As you can see, the Lombard League, being represented by Milan today, are defending this hill, which I think they kind of did in history. They obviously have the look at this. They have the Carraccio standard, which was there in history. Look at this man. He's ready for battle. He's got the cross of Christ. He's ready to lead that into battle. But yeah, in history, this was actually a Lombard League victory. They do defeat Frederick Barbarossa, and they stop him from sort of from invading Italy. I think this was like his 5th invasion of Italy in his reign as emperor, and in the end, he kind of like decides to go for more of a diplomatic approach to try and control Italy. And so yeah, so hopefully we will see maybe a repeat of history. In history, the Lombards did outnumber the HRE, but actually in this battle, the HRE does outnumber the Lombards ever so slightly. I think the Lombards had something like 12,000 men, and well, I think like the HRE had about half that number. Both sides take really heavy casualties in this battle. You can hear crossbows firing off already. But as you can see, the Lombards got a really nice position up here. They have got cav all the way in the back over there. They got some cavalry waiting to be mobilized. So we'll see how those influence the battle, we'll see. They're probably going to get some sneaky rear charges. I don't think the HRE are aware of them at the moment. But yes, in history, this was a Lombard victory. Will we see the Lombards win again? We will find out. Definitely stick around to see how this one goes. But here we go. We've got Levy Spears already clashing. It looks like some Spadaccini down here. But yes, if you're enjoying seeing 1212 on the channel and would like to see some more, do remember to leave a like, subscribe from around here, and a comment to show your support is always appreciated. But yes, as you can see here, the Levy Spears getting underway, and they're going to do that bit. There is some gaps in the line here that, I mean, I think like Milan wants to probably fill up. They got some Spadaccini here that could do with filling the gap. We also have Brabant here as one of the forces of the HRE, so clearly like Brabant must have like sent a fairly decent force as well to support the Emperor in this fight. Seems a bit of a long way for Brabant to go, but I'm not entirely sure about the variety of forces. Obviously, the HRE is like a very multinational nation, so they probably did send other. Like there were probably like Flemish troops. There was probably a lot of Germans, maybe even some French troops, and there have been Bohemians and Czechs, all sorts of stuff like that. So there may have been some Brabantian troops there, who knows. But as you can see, there's lots and lots of cavalry now moving over to this red line over here, including in general. We have one of the HRE emperors. There are going to be a lot of Holy Roman emperors here today, I think. So it's going to be a little bit confusing, but I'm not quite sure which one is supposed to be the main HRE emperor. But HRE emperor, why did I say that? But you know what I mean. But we've already got some wavering here, which is not a good sign. These are militia sort of like units, militia shock. We've got spears here as well, breaking Levy Spears, already breaking. This is not a good sign, really. But yeah, I mean, you can see the Spadaccini may be able to flank around, and there is actually the potential. There's nothing really over here for a long, long time. And you also can see here Spadaccini. They're losing, but I think that's because they're trying to hit the next unit, and the spears are kind of like in the way. These urban spears wavering as well. We're about to see like see the HRE assault this side over here, the right of the Milanese positions as they fight in these trees down here. It seems like they're fighting a bit more elite troops. I'm not sure. No, it's still Spadaccini. What are they sending in? Some Brabazonians, so they're like, I don't know, they like from Brabant as well? I'm not really sure. The Brabazonian sounds like it's from Brabant, but I might be wrong. But yes, it should be a pretty good battle here. You can see that the HRE having the more numbers are trying to really flank around. You can see there's only one little Lanciari down here that is able to stop this point. And you can see every single unit is also tier 1, as we are fighting in 1176, so it's even before 1212, which is like the start date. So of course we're using the early period units. We're all battling down here. It's looking a little messy, to be fair. You see units starting to break, and you see again a massive push as well over here on the right of the HRE position. They are really going to try and come around and hit this other position here. I mean, I don't know if this is really the smart idea. I would be just constantly pushing up here, because these troops on the flank are actually keeping themselves out of the game by doing this like formation on the hill. They're keeping themselves out of the game. Why go and engage them? You should just keep on pushing here and just keep like the number battle in your favor. Bringing more troops into the game and spreading your army a little bit thinner as the HRE is probably not the best idea. Look at this spear line waiting. Like, once the swords and behind are beaten, they've got these spears here ready to go. They're really going to be able to hold for a little while, you imagine. The shock infantry here is not breaking through. It's a really bad sign. What have they got in reserve then, the HRE? That's like pretty scary. They've got more sergeant spears. They've got sergeants. Urban axe militia. They might be actually pretty decent in this fight. And they actually like proper decent shock infantry. What else we got? Axe sergeants. They'll be good as well. Well, cav coming in. Look at this. First of all, a real cav engagement. And the cav of the HRE trying to get in here. I mean, it's actually not HRE, it's the Brabant. Mounted sergeants going in against some like militia cav here. And then we've got more cav coming in here, and they're trying to break through. This is kind of just hitting the back of their own troops. It would be a great cav charge. It would have been better just going like into the side of these spears, perhaps. But yeah, this HRE cav, these Brambansan Knights here want to get out. I'm just referring to the Brabant as HRE because, well, they are like on the side of the HRE. I'll try and differentiate sometimes, but it's easy to say HRE. Yeah, it doesn't seem like they got any of like the swords, which are like actually a shock infantry. Oh no, they have. Here they are, literally here. This is what I was gonna say. If they had some of these guys, dismounted Imperial Ritter. These guys are like a shock infantry unit. Actually, are a sword unit. Like they are a double-handed sword unit. They are pretty damn nasty. Those in the combat over here, that should turn the battle in favor of the HRE. I would have thought they are really, really nasty units. I mean, it doesn't look like they have got anything that's something like. I mean, they got the company of the Caraccio here. This is a cool unit. I don't think I've seen this before. This is a really cool unit, and that's supposed to, like, I guess, defend the standard. I like how they are keeping company of the Caraccio near the actual like Caraccio standard. That's really, really like for roleplay. That's really nice. I like that. It seems like we're just kind of a massive standoff over here between spears. Neither side's going to make their sort of progress. HRE are kind of breaking in the center here, and kind of on the Milanese left as well. And you can see that the HRE also now assaulting up this hill. Again, like I said, this is kind of stretching their lines a little thin. I personally think, like, they kind of want to, personally, in my opinion, if they just concentrate their forces in certain areas, and they force the Milanese to keep troops out on this, these flanks and these really like extending their line, then I think they can then just like punch a way through. I mean, they're not obviously yet, but this point here looks kind of promising. There's kind of like crossbows here in the line, and I personally think that's a good point to get through. I mean, spears being broken here. Like, there's not much. Like, there's one sword unit here, Spadaccini, got lots of crossbows, got a few like Lanciari here. This is certainly a good point to try and break through. Here it seems really, really tough. Like, the HRE is like battling here, and they're throwing in so much infantry. But I mean, there's just so many lines of like Milanese down here. They're not even really fighting now. They're kind of just standing looking at each other. If I was HRE, I'd start to be looking at like this point here a lot more intensely and be thinking this is certainly a way through. Maybe what they're thinking over here, that this is an opportunity. But you can see the cavalry coming down. We've got some Umini d'Armes here. They look like they're going to come down and like charge these spaces. I'm definitely probably butchering names. I do apologize. People do like constantly say in the comments, Pope, you're saying this wrong, and I'm sorry. My Yorkshire accent can't take these fancy Italian names. There you go. The Milanese cav scared off there by the Brambansan Knights. Very, very good. And then we got more cavalry coming out here. And it looks like that little hole that was being left open is now being used by the Milanese to just hit this levy infantry down here. I mean, this cav should really just cut down. What is this cav? Oh, it's more of this like Umini d'Armes. I have literally no idea how you pronounce it properly. Hey, we try. Look at this, really nice by the HRE. They're bringing up their crossbows, and they're just trying to shoot the cav behind, trying to weaken it a little bit. Certainly these Equatorians, really, really good unit to take out, being a medium cav. Light shot cav would be easy to take out as well. So they seem like the HRE and Brabant have the stronger and heavier cav here, at least. We can't forget, of course, all the cavalry back here. There is plenty more back here. And we have a cool unit which I've never seen before, if I can find it. The Death Company. It's just got a... I don't know if this is like an actual historical unit. I presume it is. But it's got like skulls on its shield and stuff. They look awesome. They've got a couple of those. And they're all hidden. All those units there are hidden. So you're probably thinking, how haven't the HRE seen them? They've stacked all those units in the trees. And that's in those small cluster of trees to hide them. The battle rages on down here. And bodies keep dropping. I mean, what we are now, I mean, seems like the HRE doing enough to keep the advantage at the moment. 8,700. And, I mean, they're cutting down those Milanese a lot quicker, it seems. I'd say that the Milanese have the lighter infantry. You can see here a lot of losing decisively, which is obviously good if you're rooting for the HRE. But they're holding certainly in other areas. They're holding on for now. That's the main thing. It seems a bit of a desperate defense, but it's holding. That's the main thing. Seems like the first wave of pretty crap HRE troops have been set up, and they've been sacrificed. But yeah, the spear line not really doing much there. We've got more shock infantry now arriving. You can see these Axis sergeants. They've been really, really good. They need to get into combat. They're getting focused down. We've got archers there. I mean, they're stacking up so much infantry though with the HRE. They need to just, you know, maybe attack in some other areas as well. Like this shock infantry is not going to get a good charge bonus because it's just like going to just run into the back of its own men.
They're not done yet.
It's a real shame. Cavalry moving right. Why? Okay, they're bringing their cavalry back over here as well. Brambansan Knights. Yeah, I guess I just worried about the flanks and then enemy cav. But look at this. This seems like a bit of progression. We now have HRE cav moving up, and they're kind of nearly in behind the spear line. And it looks like we're about to see the Milanese cav going. I don't think they can win this fight. I honestly don't. They're going to need infantry support to even stand a chance. But yeah, like these are like lights against, well, they're going against medium cavalry. I mean, this is mounted sergeants in fairness. The sergeants aren't so great in combat. I mean, are they shot? Yeah, they are. Okay, I couldn't remember. But yeah, so they... Oh, this one's not going to be a fair fight. Imperial Ritter going in here against the Milanese cav. That is not a fight. A fair fight at all. The banner of the HRE flying in the air. And yeah, you can see more cav coming in. Equatorials coming in, a bit more medium cav, so that's a good sign. Yeah, these Equatorials are getting beaten hand over fist, and more Milanese cav being sent in. They need to get some spears up to come and help fight, join this fight. Because this HRE cav, otherwise, I know it is winning currently, but it can just get cut off. Could get easily cut off. There's more Imperial Ritter. Yeah, this is nasty. Nasty, nasty cav. And all this cav here has also been weakened. Though this Imperial Mountain Sergeant here is wavering. That's not a good sign. There's a general now being thrown in. General's bodyguard. What we got here? Another Imperial Ritter. It's pretty banged up. That could go in. Yeah, this is really smart here now by the HRE. Pinning down these spears so they can't go and support the cav fight. And now they can send in their own spear, their own infantry like here. Spear sergeants, they can go in and support this fight over here. You can see, I mean, they've won this fight. They've won this one fight, but I mean, the Imperial Ritter over here should hold for a little while. We're about to see Equatorials. They're going to try and stop the spears. I think they might. Or the spears get a charge off on the cav. We'll see. I don't know. No, it doesn't seem like they're going to be interested. But the general in here, that's obviously not a good sign that Milan's having to send in their general. But it seems like across the entire front, Milan is holding. Just about. Milan is holding. And the balance of power seems to be shifting slightly in their favour. Look at that. Only 600 man advantage. It seemed like it was a little bit higher earlier. But HRE kind of running out of ideas and running out of reserves, more importantly. They've gone for a really big effort on that left flank with all the cavalry. And if they can pull it off, that's obviously huge, because then they can get their cavalry in behind, just start to hammer an anvil. But they've got to hope that they can do that. I mean, you can see here now we've got some heavy cav coming over for Milan, and he's going to just close the trap on this Imperial Ritter, which is desperately trying to beat the Equatorials really, really quickly. But here we go, Milanese cav coming into the back lines. And that is going to do a lot of damage. And now that Imperial Ritter is losing already, just like that. They're trying to send over some more Ritter to try and support that fight. Might not be enough, though. Might not be enough. But we know what we've got in here. We've got Shock in here. We've got Axe Sergeant Militia. They're going in. I mean, there's little gaps in the line. If the HRE can be aware there is like gaps in the line, they can like go through this gap here. Like if they go in column, sneak through, just do some damage. See if that, like Milan's running short on infantry reserves himself. And look at this. We're about to see some cavalry, some little militia cav, maybe try and get out and get some archers. Don't know if it's really going to work. And there you go. Going to get routed by that Duke of Brabant, probably very, very easy there. But yeah, it's looking a little bit thin on the thin at the moment. And the cav over here is yet to move. Still kind of waiting on what that's going to do. They're waiting for the very, very last moment to like go in. Until like Milan's looking really desperate, or when like the HRE just has nothing. Maybe they're waiting until the HRE has absolutely nothing to resist the cavalry charge, which may be the case. If that is the case, that's not a bad idea. I mean, the Ritter down here, this is like the prime nobility of the HRE just getting cut down. I have actually got cav in behind though. We've got some Brabazonian cav in here. They're able to get in and do a little bit of damage. These are medium shock cav. They can like hammer and anvil these spears. That could maybe open up some choke points. Enemy going after their general. I think more the general's going after the enemy. Really. But there you go. Another general being thrown in, trying to pin down this cav. It's getting a little bit desperate. You can see a Holy Roman Emperor, one of the three, is coming round. And there you go. Here we go, boys. The Milanese cav has been mobilized. The Death Company are on the way. So we'll see how they can do. They still have some cav in reserve. Do the HRE. They still have some Ritter on this side. They still have sergeants here. So they do have some, and they obviously have their generals. But at the same time, there is also this Milanese cav here. It's not the greatest of cavs. I mean, this one is, but that one's not. That light cav is not. And they've got another one here, actually, another heavy shock here. So they need to be careful. Like they've got problems with cav in the front and in the rear now. And as you can see, the spears here getting crushed by the Milanese cav. This is just going to be a walk in park. And then sending in some Ritter to try and save that. But now you can see Milan is coming down the hill. And they're throwing in more of their cav as well to try and pin this cavalry down. Look at this, yeah, so much cavalry now being thrown over here. I don't even think they've realized the danger in the back lines. They've thrown what was left of their cavalry reserves. You can see the mounted sergeants coming this way over there. The cavalry fight on this side as well, not looking great as well. The HRE, like the general here, losing. And we've got another emperor here as well. We've got all three of the... Oh, no, okay. This is Brabant, but we do have two of the emperors here.
Our men return to the fight.
They are trying to use their crossbows to gun down this general. It's not smart. It's not a bad idea, but... It's not paid off. They have broken through here, though, of the HRE, and they're able to surround this last Lanciari. So they've made a little bit of progress here, breaking through the lines. This is like the only bit of progress they've kind of really made in this fight so far. And they're fighting down here. Sergeants doing their best. And this is the like the commune unit, the company of the commune. They look awesome, they really do. I really love this unit. I'm gonna have to try and play Milan a bit more. They seem clearly got some units I've not known. But here we go, the cabs coming in. The Death Company has arrived, and we also have plenty more cavalry here. Oh my gosh! Look at this. They're going into the shock, and this is gonna be painful. Oh boy! And that's death for them. And then in comes some shock infantry as well here. They're going to try and support, but I mean the cav here, Death Company coming in. What an appropriate name. Flying in. Oh, jeez. Knocking the swords down like they're not even there. These sergeants. They were waiting their time patiently to come forward. There was gaps opening up. And yeah, now they're getting hit in the back. We've got more cavalry here. This is in Baroveri. They're kind of a cool unit. They got like maces. I didn't even realize this. Kind of cool. But yeah, this is causing havoc. And they've got the General's Bodyguard here, punching through the center. This area here, which I said was the weakest point really for Man, now being used as a way to break through. And you can see the center for the HRE is gone. They've got no reserves. All their cavalry over here as well being thrown in. They've got a general in here trying to pin back the Milanese cav. But the right is looking very, very desperate. You can see a chain route going on here. Plenty of sergeants being broken by the Spadaccini. And yeah, the rear is all but gone as well. And the enemy general is gone as well. They've killed the general over here. So one of the HRE generals has been killed. Battling off with some Italian knights. The Lombard League. And they got the another emperor over here. He's doing his best. You can see here, I mean, these spears holding on desperately. They've been surrounded. It's like the only units that have been surrounded. But they may be about to be saved here by some cav. I mean, if they can just hit the back of these urban axe militia, they can just rout them. Yep. That'll easily... Oh, no. Teasing the shock infantry. Oh, general has been killed, though. They have actually killed this general here. The Milanese general. That's not so good. So that could be a little twist. But it seems like most of the infantry's holding strong. Don't honestly know why this cavalry's playing around. There's still cavalry being held back over here. There's still Death Company here. And Beer of Ares. I don't know why they're holding it all back. I don't know why they were doing that. The battle is very much turning in Milan's favour. You can see the centre is very much theirs. And the Milanese left, or the HRE right, is all but gone as well. For like in the case of the HRE, they're just gone. It is now just kind of like sort of left of center if you're looking from the HRE point of view, and their left is holding, but that is soon fading away as well.
This is a shameful display.
And they've got these Imperial Ritter in here, but again, they're not really making much of an impact, and they're going to probably get charged at some point. Sergeants here. These poor sergeants. Seems like the sergeants the target, the Death Company here, murdering them. You can't even see them under there. They just cut them down. And I mean, soon they're going to be doing hammer and anvils. I mean, they're very close to already doing that anyway. And once they do that, there's no hope for the HRE. I mean, there isn't really anyway. Oh, there you go. First one, actually. It's another Death Company unit just got in, just routing some Sergeant Spears. But yeah, the lines are not looking good. I mean, it seems like over here, they've just not been fighting really at all. They're like just standing here looking at each other, not really actually engaging. Because these swords may have broken through the spears eventually. Like, swords do beat spears. As you can see, they're just starting to get chain routed. They're just not enjoying that they're getting surrounded. They're losing generals as well. And yeah, not looking good at all. More Death Company coming in. I love this unit. I'm going to have to try it out. It's clearly a really, really good unit. I wonder if it's like a mercenary unit. That's why they, well, they usually, if they're a company, they are usually a mercenary unit. They look awesome. I thought it was like a custom unit or something that someone had made, because I've seen it before, but no, it's like it's a proper Milanese unit. It's kind of cool. But yeah, there you go. A very much chain routing center now. And it's going to look like it's just going to be this little like enclave over here, which looks like they're going to try and take down this general. And that is going to be probably their life's work now, is taking down that general. If they can do that, they'd be happy, because it seems like the rest of the HRE is gone. How much does the Milanese have left? They only have 4,000. I say only 4,000, but still quite a lot. But then again, I guess, like, you could say the HRE had a lot of troops left, but they're all starting to rout now. They are all routing. There's probably thousands of HRE troops still on the battlefield. They're just routing. But yeah, that is, I wouldn't say a decisive victory, but it was a really nice played battle by the Milanese. Just kind of like holding onto the hill, and then waiting patiently until the HRE committed enough to throw in their reserves, throw in their reinforcing cav. I'm not entirely sure, because I haven't really read up much on this battle, but I don't know if I presume that the reinforcing cav is like a historical thing, because otherwise they wouldn't have done it probably. But it's a really, really cool, like, it kind of just reminds me like the Rohirrim or something coming in. But yeah, more cav coming in, trying to rout these infantry here, routing these crossbows, poor sergeant crossbows, and you can see everything that's left is going to just chain rout. And there you go. That is going to be the battle, I imagine. There's some spears over there that are breaking. But yeah, these guys will run off the side of the battlefield in a moment. And then we've just got one little spear unit over here that's going to be killed. But I hope you guys did enjoy it. It's certainly been a really fun battle. And the Carraccio standard survives, which is the main thing. It's good this boy survived. He's watched his army do great things. I wonder if this actually like boosts with morale. It's got gold chevrons. I don't know if that really changes it. But I wonder if it helps with morale like it does in Medieval 2. But there you go. A close victory for Milan. And yeah. We'll end the replay and have a quick look at some of the end results. This replay was sent in a little while ago by Sachex. I finally got around to doing it. He said it was a really, really good one. So yeah, thank you Sachex for sending this one in. It was certainly an excellent one for sure. So we'll go over some of the unit scores. We've got 153 kills for these Lanciari here. We've got one with 210. That's very good for spears. The company of Carraccio getting 105 kills. Spadaccini getting 318 kills. Really, really good. They had some like really heavy infantry actually. Some like Umini de Arm, like dismounted, they got 81 kills. Archers getting 214, and the Death Company getting 417 kills. Oh my! Vango, who was playing as another one of the Milanese armies, his spears getting 164. His like swords are getting 105, the best one. His crossbows getting 207 kills, and his Death Company and his cavalry here getting 512 kills and 441 kills. Oh my, they did well. And then we've got a general here with 417 kills by Jacu, who's playing another Milanese army. His Spadaccini here getting 141 kills, the best one. His crossbows getting 165 kills. His Beraveri getting 270 kills, and his Death Company getting 351, 206 with this cavalry here. Then we've got Assassin Goldie with the standard. He's got no kills, sadly. It's a shame. 190 kills with his spears, though 191 with this one. Spadaccini getting 221 kills, it's really good. Crossbows getting 211, and then you've got Death Company here with 101 kills, and Umuni de Arm with 132. But yeah, did really, really well. And then we've got the HRE and Brabant. We have Sir Andrew William playing as one of the HRE armies. His dismounted Imperial Ritter doing the best for him, 133 kills. His Brabazonian Spears getting 95, which is not too bad, I guess, for Spears. And his Brabazonian's not really breaking through either. His Imperial Ritter, 207 kills is really good. But yeah, nothing too insane. I mean, the Holy Roman Empire kind of just to throw itself against the lines of the Milanese and try and hope that they could break through. Beluga Man playing as the Duchy of Brabant. Yeah, I actually had a really rough game by the looks of it, looking at his scores. A lot of his are the Levy Spears and like his shock infantry, but really, really quickly. But his Brambansan Knights, the only unit getting over 100 kills, getting 117. Then you have GOD playing as another HRE army, having a bit of a rough time as well. Oh my gosh, yeah, the HRE got like really rough kills. I mean, it was only good kills really for the Cav for Milan, but still. Really, really rough. 116 kills for these sergeants, not bad, and these sergeant spears were 110. But yeah, Shock having a really rough time as well. It was a really rough time for the HRE. Then we have Heads, who's playing as the final HRE army, and he got 118 kills as Imperial Ritter. Sergeants here with 100 kills dead. Yeah, but nothing really too amazing, unfortunately. It would seem. So yeah, the HRE having a really tough time. So there you go. Frederick Barbarossa has been defeated once again. He will have to diplomatically appease the Italian states instead of trying to conquer them outright. So yes, the Italians will keep their sovereignty for a little bit longer, but for how long, who knows. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this 12-12 battle. If you did, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. And until next time, I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.